think it's very, very funny.
I thought you were doing a bit and it was really funny.
Yeah!
I think it was definitely some truth to it.
And welcome to this DEF CON 2 2v2 tournament game. We've got Slavia and Slavia, the Super Slavia brothers. I believe their team name is something like Wendigo Powered Polish Train. And they're up against something in Russian. And that's Bulba and Vostock. Bulba's picked 6Y, so I guess he really wants to lose this game. I haven't seen the game, but 6Y really not good. Another thing I've noticed is that this is now the third time we've seen Slavia and Slavia on 56Y and 35Y. And if you saw the friendlies that me and T-Man played against them, they were playing 56Y and 35Y. And yeah, people just aren't watching the videos, because if they watched the video, they'd ban 56Y, 35Y, because these guys have so much experience on these divisions. But hey, so they're on airport, and yeah, I can't tell which one's which, but basically the Slavia brothers are going to be attacking Foxtrot. So basically these are all red zones, these are all blue zones, so they're taking advantage of their forward deployment to attack Foxtrot at the start. And they're just going to defend in Bravo. And looking at Red's deployment, don't see the point in labouring it. You got the fourth Mott player, Vostock. He's going to be defending Foxtrot with the Metis and I always said it. And the bundles of sticks. They've got the same pen, right? And that is enough to one-shot a 3-armor vehicle. And these BMD2s have 2 armor and no smoke. So if these can get set up, those BMD2s are all going to go down. And then that's backed up by a bunch of T55s, and then just not bothering with any of this at all. I mean, that's really weird, actually, because, yeah, the red players should definitely get somebody in here. Really useful spot. And, you know, get 1 or 2 units back here, stop people from sneaking around. But no, they really want to defend Foxtrot. So this is going to be really interesting because, you know, one team's full defending a zone and the other team's full attacking. So we'll cast the game. We'll do it from this perspective. Right, so they're off, and it's time for me to thank the generous channel joiners. They get the names on the screen. They get the videos early. They get members exclusive videos. And, you know, if you get the videos early, you got more time to watch them, and then you know to ban these divisions. But the previous games these two have played have been pretty infamous. A lot of people are talking about them. So the fact that they're not, people aren't responding to that or respecting that, they should have some respect bans, basically. Yeah, we'll see what happens. I mean, the Vostock and Bulba have done a great job of defending exactly where they will be attacked, and they get lots of Metis between them because 6Y also gets Metis, although they only arrive in helicopters, which is very frustrating. So the blue attack has already ran into this ATGM wall here. The Spetsnaz Gru Stinger managed to get pretty close, all 4 of them. And if you try and bomb this, which is the normal reaction, because they got Stingers, they're going to kill you. So this is looking pretty rough for Red. I do like this second line of defense here from Vostock. Would be cool if Bulba or Vostock could get a tank over here, just a T55. But yeah, a helicopter will do as well, but not really because these have Stingers. But they've only got 4 HP, and one's dead now. The AGS-17s, of course, can't hack it against all these Metis. And yeah, red is mediocre cohesion, whereas dark red is low cohesion. I really don't agree with that change, and I'm not sure what the thought process was there. Why is yellow high cohesion? Yellow means warning, right? so I liked it before when blue was high cohesion. But yeah, so second Slavia showed up. This is a 35Y push here, but he's not backing up his mate. So all these ATGMs are getting a chance to fight. Like if all the blue attack had been here, this one wouldn't have fired. Do you know what I mean? And this one would have been out of range for a lot of things, and this one wouldn't have fired. On the other side, Bulba really needs to get these BMP 1Ps up to here so that they can help out, because they're not doing anything. And the Mi-24D predictably has ran into a bunch of Stingers, which he knew about because he saw them running across the field. He bought the helicopter because of the Stingers. So it's odd to me, but he switched to low altitude here. so he can shoot things over here, which is fair enough, really. I do like this. This is smart. So they've just got a transport there, and if it disappears, although you don't get a notification, so you do have to be paying attention, then you know that somebody's there. But if somebody captures it, you know somebody's there. If somebody destroys it, you know somebody's there. But you don't get a notification when people capture your stuff. So you got to be careful. Over here, second Slavia, you know he's defending, but there's actually nothing here. Like Bulba, I don't know if Red knows that they clear up to here from the start. They just didn't bother going for it. This Slavia managed to get one guy in, but I mean it's just a pretty unfortunate attack. Basically, they just went right where Red was expecting them, and you know, thin-skinned vehicles and infantry against tanks and entrenched ATGM positions just ain't great. Don't understand why anybody buys the Gvozdika, but buy it they do. Maybe it's good for smoking, but he's not smoking. It's just the splash on it's so weak that you see that landed right next to it and it just didn't do anything. So it's same thing there. Did literally nothing even though it landed right next to him. Generally, explosions in this game have that problem, but the bigger caliber ones, like the 155s, are a little bit more forgiving with it. So for their troubles, Blue have managed to get in here. And so what they need to do now is get more of these tanks, basically. And they need to secure this. They need to secure this. Because it's very... You can't push here if there are people here. So he's got the BMP too, but he's not... Like, if he just sent that to there, he would see more. Obviously, he's got to be very careful of this thing. He's got 17 pen as well, which means that this would actually survive a shot from that, because that's a BMP2, not a BMD2. BMD is the paratrooper variant, it's got less armor. I know it's a bit confusing, but, like, look... This is a but this is a BMP2D. But yeah, it's got 4 armor. So this guy's got to be a bit careful here. I do hear the RM70s, so that's going to be very powerful if it's going where it should be, which is right here. Sadly, he did interrupt the volley. I would have just hosed him with the whole 40 there. And you got infantry in the open. You really want to confirm those kills. He didn't kill him, right? And the next volley is going in the same place, so I don't understand why he did that. So, yeah, more red reinforcements, and this is looking pretty bad for Blue, to be honest. There's lots of RM70s out for Red. I mean, no FOB, so they're going to struggle to keep that supply. There we go, see? Look at that. He's getting some kills. Gets 3 kills there, 4 kills even. 3, all the Stinger teams are down because they're the lowest HP. And here we go, here's the T-55s here, and this is just getting squeezed out. Attacking on this map is difficult because you can't see anything, and you know, there just tends to be lots of ATGMs in buildings, which there are on both sides. So, yeah, also these divisions. Team Russian names divisions are better in the open. This is in a good spot. Look at that, just getting some side shots off there. But yeah, Blue team forced to run away because you can't sit in a little area this big for any length of time against divisions with rocket artillery, which I think is fair enough. A bit of an investment in artillery, which isn't doing anything. But it's because, so if we switch to Red's perspective, which I don't want to do because that'll reveal how long is left in the game, but I guess we have to. You'll see that, look, they don't see any of that. They don't have recon here. Well, this is actually exceptional optics. And they don't see the guy in this building. Like, look, he loads in, they see him, and then he disappears. So that he is shooting it because he saw him get in there. They don't see anything in these buildings. And they wouldn't until they get to about here, which is really dumb, basically, and that's why the map's so difficult. It's because vision in this game is broken. There are so many problems in this game that can be put down to vision. And if you look at Slavia, Slavia don't see anything in these buildings, although, you know, they don't have any recon, so, like, this thing is hiding. So back to neutral. These big squads, they can take some punishment, but yeah, Blue's gonna have a serious problem here because they get T-62s, right? But that's it, and only one of them gets that. There's no no fob because they wanted their initial attack to be as strong as possible. I guess there's no fob from these guys because they wanted their initial defense to be as strong as possible. But it's just the way the map works, is that like there should really be a couple extra zones here. Because there's no, like, the whole fight is always over this, because, yeah, I mean, to be honest, the red side does have the advantage that they can attack this a lot more easily than blue can attack this tiny little square here. So I think the blue side is weaker. I think it's easier for red to get in here and get in here because they should, at the start of the game, secure this. Whereas blue's only route into here is across open fields. There's no town to sneak up on. I think, you know, it is an airport. It makes sense for there to be open ground, but it's just down to the vision problems in the game. So, you know, if I was Bulba here, I'd just be hitting every single one of these buildings one at a time, because presumably there's somebody in there. And also I would be trying to get people up here, but here we go. So the Slavia brothers, they've switched it up. They want to attack over here now. It's working. There's not much here to stop them, but I feel like they should have cooked this one for a couple minutes more. Got a couple infantry, an infantry CV and a helicopter if possible, and then gone in. I guess the CV is here, but okay, so this MiG's too far away now, so these helicopters are going to have a rough time. It's very difficult to save them against planes in this game. That MiG-29 gets one. Not sure. This guy's just going for the helicopter. Okay, so he's just spamming them out. These men really need to not be over the trees because they can't land here. They need to be here so that they can change altitude, make it harder for these guys to attack them. Or better yet, here, because if you change altitude there, you're fine. The MiG-29's like playing its heart out. It's got two now because they're not going for it. And now another MiG-29, a MiG-23's been purchased. Oh, that was dumb. Why'd you do that? Okay, but now he's realised. But now it's stunned. Oh, okay. But yeah, that Mott shots of missing that is just pure luck, basically. So yeah, blue, they get in. And all those MiG-21s, yeah, I feel like the MiG-31 would have been quite useful there. Does get one on its way out, like, but yeah, that was interesting. The thing is that, so like, these have 8 HP, so MiG-31 can one-shot them. Obviously, it's on the other team. And you see that because they're over the trees, they can't land. They can't land, so they can't duck out the way. This is just killing that thing. Gets it with the gun, basically. The rockets are useless. Well, borderline use. They're not very useful. So here we go. Bulba switched it up. He's like, I'm just going to hit all the buildings. There we go. That's more like it. I mean, he sent this forward to get shot, so he should like ping that one as well. Ping that one. So that makes sense. But Red have got a serious problem here in that they won the battle, but now it looks like they're going to lose the war because they really need to rotate some forces. They've got all this stuff here, or they got to attack right now. But yeah, this is very difficult for Red. There's just not a lot here. I think Bulba must have bought 2 cards of these. So this has 10 HP. There's just so many of these MiG-21 Bison AAs. But yeah, the helicopters all went down just due to gross negligence, essentially. Just like sort of leaving them around. Once they've served their purpose, you need to get them back and get them on the ground so they don't die. So losing those 2 helis didn't have to happen. The furball continues over here. Of course, quite difficult for blue to get people over. But yeah, blue, they've got their point advantage from this. They got a +4. Now red's got to attack for the rest of the game, and there just doesn't seem to be much of a hurry here. If they'd rotated these guys when this first started, they'd have been there and back by now. Blue can't attack because they just don't have the stuff to attack. They don't have open air stuff. But yeah, so there you go. So Bulba, he's gone forwards, he's seen things, and then now hopefully I would really hope to be seeing some pings coming out here. Ping, 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 ping. And honestly, if I was them, I'd just destroy every building. I really would, because it's 2v2, so you know there's going to be people in every building anyway. And they've got the arty, they're not doing anything with it. but they're feeling the pressure because of this. And, you know, the Slavia guys, they're reinforcing it. I would have liked to have seen all this a bit earlier, like a couple of minutes earlier. But I guess they were worried that Red would counterattack by attacking here, which they have done. What they really need for Red is some smoke. And, yeah, they're smoking a bit. But basically, you know, you smoke here, then only people who are here can stop you from driving in. Well, actually, I guess the guy here would be able to stop you. So, it's very difficult attacking there. Because it's quite wide, so you got to do a lot of smoking. RM70's out. Is that counter battery? It is, but the RTPs has moved. And Red have got it back in here. So, yeah, a bit lethargic from Blue, and this obviously can't shoot its gun at that. It's trying. See, it's sort of aimed up there, but you know, I can't do it. And there you go, they're losing stuff on the ground because they're getting bombed. So, so Red now should send this in. And Blue, they could have got a lot more out of that if they just waited 1 minute more, maybe 2 minutes more, and got some ground forces on the way, you know, and then attack with everything at once. They would have broken through that, you know, maybe some AA. That would have gone a lot better, but they haven't. And now it's Red's turn, and frankly, I like Red's idea of just leveling everything. In a 2v2, it's very possible. In 1v1, it's a lot harder. That was a bit of a crit there, but they got the tank. And yeah, so the smoke has faded a bit. And you see that 3 armor vehicles in this game are just useless, essentially, because there's almost every ATGM in the game deals at least 17 AP. So what's the point of the third armor point if everything kills it, right? I mean, look, that's 19. So this is a bit... So this is sort of what 6Y is all about, like these heli drops, but they never work because the AA is all the way back here and it can shoot, so... so that one explodes, and okay, so he could have saved this one, but then he told it to go over there. Look how unmaneuverable they are, you know? It's, yeah, it's just a big shame, so... That was, like, he could have landed there, but he was like, actually, I'll go over there. He's like, oh, actually, that was a bad idea. But the helicopter's so unmaneuverable that it had already got back up, and, yeah. Bulba just sort of eating ATGMs here as well. So, it was a nice idea. This counter-smoke's really smart, actually. They're making it so that their fire support can't shoot, and the Conker's Jeeps are kind of difficult to deal with. I'm rooting for Red, simply because attacking is so hard in this game. But they're sort of a victim of just not paying attention, because if they had watched the previous games, they would have known exactly to ban these divisions. And they never bothered to finish this. Like, they needed a couple more units here. But they should have recognized, okay, we got 20 minutes, we don't have to half-bake this attack. We can legit kill every building and then attack. And, you know, they are getting there, simply because fire keeps coming from these buildings and they're shooting them. It's just a shame about the RM70s, because we haven't seen those shoot in a while. They've got... That one's got 2 rounds, and that one's got 37. Okay. But this is sort of what Airborne's all about. Get there first, and just get enough of a point lead that you can sort of sit around. But Red have really, really messed up here. They never fully cleared this out, and so all the blue dribs and drabs, the very lethargic reinforcements from Blue, have actually managed to get here. And now they've got some AA. That's gone on nothing. This is going to explode now. But yeah, I think Slavia's insistence on reinforcing this with helicopters is a poor one. Oh, that was over here, right? Yes. But Slavia have actually taken this back. Man, that is tough. So, 22 minutes left on the board. The Red attack just has not worked out. Yeah, it's just something about 56Y. I think it's the best pack division, honestly, because you start off with the forward deployed stuff, then you swap into the, you know, the heli stuff, and then you've got a whole mechanized div also in your div with BMP2s, T62s, proper grads. Like, it's a very heavy div and a light div. 35Y used to be the same, and they nerfed it because they thought it was too strong and too omnipotent, and then they just sort of did the same thing again. These are interesting. I used to like them a lot, and then I changed my mind, and now I'm thinking maybe they're a bit good, but the availability came down because to stop spam. But they are wheeled. It can be very useful. Like, look at that, and they've only got 4 rounds, right? But yeah. So red, trying, failing. Honestly, imagine if 4 mortars, 1 here, 1 here, 1 here, 1 here. They wouldn't have to do any of that. You just drive in. It's easier said than done, because obviously then the grads go off on the mortars. But I think that attack didn't work, and they're continuing to reinforce their failure, and they're just losing loads of units there. I really feel like they should have put a lot of effort into clearing this out, which I think they will clear out now. That's really not what you want to be doing with your MiG-31. So we've seen that fire, so now this should be coming over here. Also, red could have got units up to here to stop them reinforcing. These guys, he sent them back to resupply the rockets and then just didn't resupply the rockets, and is now sending them back again. This bundle of sticks here is going to deal some damage to that, but unless it's a side shot, it should be alright. Whoa, okay, so bailed out crit, 0.5% chance to not be able to use your tank. So blue, if they've got any sense about them, yep, immediately artillery in that tank because it can't move. It literally can't move until you fully repair it. It's not even the foot. Like, if you get supply up to it, I've had times where I've tried to fix it and the supply runs out and it's still bailed out. So that's pretty rough. And you'll notice that when it's bailed out, it doesn't even cap the zone. It's just such a dumb mechanic. Hull breach used to immediately destroy your unit as well. Complained about that one enough to get it fixed. I will take credit for that. That was me. But this one, I guess I haven't complained enough yet. Need to make some videos or something, because they just don't seem to want to fix it. Like, it should only happen when they're on 1 HP, and it's like, instead of it dying, it could bail out. I think that would be cool, because yeah, just losing like 1 shot, on your tank, just bailing out. It's really dumb. These earned things, they die in 1 hit because they've only got 4 HP. They used to have 6, but they got nerfed. They're really expensive for what they are. And this is another reason why 6 is not very good. So, you see 3 of them died there. And red have managed to fix this, but yeah, they gotta resupply this, but presumably, yeah, they're all just arty. It's dead, man. You gotta buy another one. So they've noticed that. Because yeah, you can't fix it. Like, this will get blown up by that grad now. Over here, red's still trying very hard. I do like this, bringing up the rockets. Sadly, these S-24s are useless, but yeah, there are still people in here. Here we go, the grad's going to get that MIA munitions now. And you see it's healing it, but it's still bailed out. It's literally got to get back to full HP before it fixes. And it's going to die, so yeah, it's just a really bad game mechanic. What can I say? I've been accused by some of the other content creators, there's just one guy basically, that I'm very negative and that I'm giving the game a lot of bad press, but come on man, if they're not going to fix it, what am I supposed to do? I think you guys watch me because I have some integrity. This was really cool. He's managed to get an AT around here. He tried to get the grads, he didn't manage it. Dumbfire rocket's not very good. It was a nice idea. Okay, that was not intelligent. I don't know, it depends how many he has. He seems to have loads. But there you go. So the UAZ recapped that. So now they got 18 minutes to get in here. And Red's losses here have just been atrocious. The Arty's just not been firing enough. I really do think they should have opened FOB. So that's a good volley because they're actually walking into it. But yeah, you see all these guys just got their rounds back. And they've not been taken out. They really need to, if I was red, I'd try and take this. But to be honest, they never should have ceded all this territory, but what you do is you try and, you got to get to here, and then you get to here, and then you can, there's less stuff shooting you when you come into this corner, but now you've literally got nowhere to hide, because you can't hide behind these buildings, so you just got to do the smoke. You got to smoke everything. and there's a bit of a reluctance to I mean, there is a bit of smoke. Somebody's smoking. So this guy has jumped out of his vehicle for some reason, and is now eating arty rounds. And Bulba's just sending these down here. That Mott Shutson that was here never blew this up, which is a big shame. And Blue are still going for this, and Red aren't really doing a good job defending it. Like, this is the road. I guess they don't know that. They need somebody on the road. Sending helicopters behind is not smart because planes can kill them. You want to send a ground unit. So, yeah, we're gonna do some speeding up until something happens, because nothing's happening. Right, so there's a bit of poking there. Right, so he's attacking. Wow. So he's attacking through the fire and flames without smoking his... Actually, there's a bit of smoke. Okay, now he's changed his mind. You really need to smoke here, and then you could just drive in. I think that's probably the best way. But, you know, both players have got to smoke, basically, and only Bulba's smoking. That was a waste of an AT plane. I like how it fires its rockets on the way past. This is probably gonna get spotted. Ooh, actually, no, I probably won't. Depends if it's on attack move. No, it's on fast move. If it was on attack move, it would stop here. But it's not going to. The LS tool's a bit funky. There you go, see? It could have shot that. Right, so here we go. Red's attacking again. But they struggle because they don't have high HP infantry. 56 wide does. And there you go, somebody's shooting me from this building. Where are the giant S's? Why are they going for that? Where's Vostock's artillery? The RM70s. Does he not have 155s? You need both, really, particularly on this map. Also, very surprised that 56Y hasn't brought the 260mm cluster mortar that two-shots any tank. I think that would be really useful. This is a very cool attack, though. Yeah, you got to keep that smoke coming, man. Like, don't stop smoking. Don't stop. Like, these are about to run out. This needs to be there. Where's the CV? He's unloaded it. I think he probably could have kept that in there, just driven straight into here, and then unloaded it if an ATGM's coming. But I don't know where he's going. He needs to get in the smoke. He needs to get in that building. There we go. So Red, yeah, they're doing it. They're doing it. 14 minutes left on the clock. And Bulba's really messed up here. He saved the zone and then just ran all his guys over there. And now this is just going to drive back in. It's just beggars belief, honestly. But yeah, Red, they're in. They're in. He's getting this building, put it on return fire only, because when he's shooting, he's being spotted. But Red are in, +2, but yeah, Blue's going to take this back, because Red have really, really messed this up. Like, there should have been a motor strokey there, there should have been a motor strokey there, there should have been a motor strokey there. There you go, problem solved, but no. Just let your enemy drive past you, Sun Tzu instead. And Red are in, so presumably these grads should be opening up on this any second now. It depends how much they can see. They got to keep that smoke going, basically. And what you do now, right, is you smoke here so that you can shoot the enemy infantry with your fire support, but not the other way around. Because what's happening instead is the red units are going through the smoke and they're dying. Right, RM70's off on the CV, presumably. It's good. Hopefully he uses the whole volley this time. But I'm very worried about this. Okay, so he's reinforcing it, but there's one AA gun there, so that one's going to die. You see how slow they are? He's actually got them on an attack move as well, so they're not even landing. He's just going to sit there and die. Okay. Wow. So, yeah, Red doing a good job. These buildings are very important. They need to put these guys in these buildings instead of just having them next to the buildings. They've actually capped the zone, so it's a +4. I like the helicopters because there's no short-range AA here. They're losing the mortars because they're getting counter-batteried, which you'd expect. It's difficult to keep track of everything, but like this should really have more smoke. There's enemies coming for this. right? So, oh, I was hoping that would be bombers. Wow, okay. Blue, I guess the plan is to attack here. Right? I mean, there's helicopters here which can sort that out. The Mott Schutzen just need to... They're on attack move, so they just stopped in the open. And it looks like the CV's about to die. Okay, so the bombers, a lot of big air waves there. Really good game, actually. Look at all the ordnance flying around. But there goes the CV. There's one here, but he's not got smoke, and he's driving the wrong way. But Blue don't have a CV of their own. So they're attacking here. This is in a spot. There's guys here not really doing anything, but I guess, you know, with this here you can't really do anything. These guys still have their bombs. This thing's going to kill him, so you don't need to... This is the same player as well. So they should really know now that there's a lot of people here, and now they should send the helicopters over, because they're here. But they're not paying attention. I've noticed also that Slavia have just put a bunch of guys here, and the red team just didn't seem to notice. Yeah, red just getting outwitted, basically, just getting outsmarted a bit. Blue being mobile. And if red had bothered to watch any of the Slavia games, they would have known that Slavia does this every single time. They'll quite happily give up on this zone and go attacking the side. They've done it every single game we've seen them. But, you know, it's up to people how they spend their time. If they don't want to do the research, then that's fine, but they will pay the price for that. So these Escortini, we'll see what they can accomplish. You see this one thing can just kill all these 100-point helicopters, no problem. And... Right, so red are back in here. Got the smoke wall up again. They ceded this position, which is not ideal. We've got a big problem with people in their backline, just blowing everything up, just not paying attention. And you'll note that the Slavia pushes all involve AA now, which is good, it's smart. And you see that this thing really did just beat all those helicopters, as I said it would. Here come the CVs, and Vostock is reinforcing with some T-55s, and a CV of his own. Red, they need to keep that +2 as well, and I think their CV is dead. Yep. I'm not sure exactly where it died, but it's definitely about here somewhere. Just not covered by the smoke. Probably got RT'd to death. Yeah, so it's back to nil point for red team. And once this gets in this building, these T-55s are not going to be long for this world. Yeah, pretty wild game. I mean, look at that, just getting shot in the side, getting artillery, no response. These things have quite low accuracy, but they fire from far away, so that's the advantage. Yeah. So, blue, will they get in here? I mean, I know they had 2 CVs down here, now they have none, so I'm not sure. Okay, so one's come over here. Not so sure about that, right? And there was one coming over here. I'm not just one. There was a second one. It might have been this one, and they repathed it. So red's attack here stalled out. 8 minutes left. I think blue's got it, to tell you the truth. I think blue's got it. They just have the superior strategy. I mean, red called their bluff at the start, and then they didn't defend any of their rear zones and lost their rear zones. Yeah, so this attack would have gone a lot better if the enemy didn't have a 1200 point advantage, you know. But it is what it is. It's good to see mobility. It's good to see people moving around the map and using the map in strange ways. Or, you know, at least using the map. I don't know if you can say it strange ways. Like, the smoke has all stopped. The cannon battery's done its job there. Yeah. I'm going to speed it up now, because I think this is a very over game. See, the blue have managed to just keep reinforcing that. It's just the power of just getting some points on the board. Just means you can just defend, and then the enemy bleeds out against you for the rest of the game. And you can attack his backline and just try and drag it out as long as possible, and eventually the game ends and you're on top. You can also do counter-attacks like this one because... Right? Because, you know, the enemy have lost so many units. Bulba has managed to get back in here. I like that, but he gets hit by the artillery and routed. And +4 now for blue. Red's just kind of... Well, okay, blue being a bit silly now. They're just sort of driving people into the zone and dying, but... You know... it doesn't really matter. And you see the grads from this this air mobile division just take out that guy. And so it's a blue zone. So yeah, I think blue strategy is easier to execute than red's. I mean, attacking second and trying to make back those points with slow mech divs is very difficult. And 6Y is just not a good div. And that's all there is to it. Why play 6Y? You can play someone else. No fob from red, which was a bit weird, really, given their focus on artillery. And in the end, it was a decisive blue victory. So please do leave a comment if you wanna help out the channel. If you don't want to help out the channel, leave a comment anyway. See, these guys are quite high ranked. So 236. Sadly, it comes up with mine for the other Slavia. It's a bug. It's been in the game since day one of early access. They just don't care enough to fix it. Vostock's only got 20 ranked games, right? And Bulba's got a lot, and he only plays packed. So, yeah, Slavia guys, I think have well, it's just my profile, right? I don't know, actually. I think the yeah, Vostock's got a lot of normal games actually. So these guys probably have more games, but you know, the strategy, the teamwork just wasn't on par to the Super Slavia brothers, who have a strat. They do the same thing every time, and no one seems to ban their divisions. So it's just gonna keep happening. Makes for some entertaining watching, though. Please do let me know what you think. See, look at that opener. Red definitely won the opener. I know it was so long ago, but Red did a really good job at the start, and then they didn't defend their back zones. They got outmaneuvered, and that was all she wrote, you know. Their attack eventually prevailed in mid, but they got outmaneuvered again. It was just the same thing again. They just didn't learn their lesson over the course of the game. So yeah, good game, well played. And I will see you in the next one.